Hey, hi. So, it's just a very casual live stream. I just wanted to try and see if I can um build a GPT wrapper kind of a thing. So, uh, some of the people recently in some of my live streams have asked, like, how can we make some tools using LLMs and how to go about it. So here's just an example tool I'm trying to build. I don't know if I will be able to actually. I just looked at quickly some of the tools that are available to use the LLM APIs. But let's say I want to make a photo captioning tool. Let's say import user uploads a few photographs. Um, and not put a caption uh, for those photos. So what we will do is, you know, what all features we can use is, in a way, we can use EXIF data of time, location, uh, camera details to generate richer captions. Uh, so LLMs inherently have some world knowledge about famous places, etc. So it can generate some text about, like, okay, the photos are from this particular location, like maybe of Eiffel Tower or something. And LMs can also recognize some, uh, famous things, foods, etc. Photos, so we'll bank on that. Okay. The idea is, like, upload a few photos, say that I'm going to make a post about it, and generate some captions, probably give some options to tweak to the final user. Like, let's say, toggle emojis, hashtags, etc. in the caption. More formal caption for, let's say, LinkedIn, casual for Instagram, something like that. Okay. So I just want to build something like this. I think, you know, a GPT wrapper for something like this is a good side project to learn how to build a GPT wrapper in a way. By GPT wrapper, it's like, it does not necessarily mean GPT. We can use a lot of tools. So that's something that I want to build. Let's see how we can do that. Interesting. Oh, 250 people watching this. Oh, I did not realize that. Cool. Um, okay. Uh, okay, let's get started probably. I'm actually have the chat windows open, whether you're watching on the YouTube channel or on Twitter. You can write something on the chat. I can read that. Though I'm just really doing a casual live stream. I'm not really doing like a session. I'm not sort of in a teaching mode. I'm just playing around with stuff, and if you feel like you want to ask me something, feel free to do that. Yeah, let's see if is that even working. Okay, live streams seems to be working. It's not very high quality though, but okay, I guess we will live with that. So yeah, I mean, to build itself, we can probably use something like Bolt and all. But I mean, see, I think that's possible. Like if you go to something like make a website where users can upload up to 5 photos, uh, use OpenAI API to generate caption for a social media post of those photos. Few steps, maybe compress the, or rather I would say resize the photos down to 500x before sending to OpenAI. What else? Maybe extract EXIF data like time, date, geolocation, camera info, and add that into text separately in the OpenAI prompt. Maybe, yeah, I guess. Make the request directly from the front end. There need not be a backend for this website. Okay, cool. I mean, if you just use a prompt like this, Bolt can actually generate a lot of times something useful. I can actually try that, but my idea was I will try to build it myself. But let's see what Bolt gets to. Okay, it does help you with probably some basics in a way. It gives you some structure. It shows you how EXIF data works and all of that. So maybe let's see. In fact, I will make sure that I actually have this thing copied. I'll put this in the Bolt prompt. Okay. Let's see, where has it gotten till here? I do like Bolt to a degree because Bolt tries not to generate a single HTML file and do all of these things. It actually tries to make a proper application with different website, different TSX files for React components and all of that stuff. But yeah, I think this is what it has generated. I don't see a place to even upload the. I don't know what it has generated. What are the components? Photo upload. I think it has the upload button anywhere, so we can reprompt it, add the ability to upload. So yeah, I mean, kind of a little bit of reprompting and all gets required in a way. It says the file picker has it, but yeah, if you don't know how to code, then sometimes the output is not exactly what you want. Use Anthropic API maybe for cloud. Why ask them to? Yeah, let's see. Uh, the way cloud works is they try to generate all in a single HTML file with all the JS there. It's not very maintainable the way it generates it, but let's see where it goes. I'll try it out. With 3.7 Sonnet is actually fairly good, I would say. Yeah, but still does not necessarily always end up with a completely working setup. Uh, but anyway, I'll just give it one shot and see, and then I will go to writing my script because I think my idea was I wanted to see how to make a wrapper and not to use AI to generate code. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, I think I mean this is where CloudGets is a much better state. So I don't know if it was actually work. Let me see the code. How is it making the API call? Does it have the API key somewhere? Yeah, so you have to paste your API key here without it, which it will probably not work. Can I edit it though? Uh, yeah, so mm, 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 let me actually see whether it even works in the first place. Let me see a network request, whether it will make a correct network request or not. Then I will add the key there and we'll see where it goes. So yeah, I'd put some files here recently to just to try this thing out. So photos, maybe yeah, some photos about French food. Okay, generate caption. Does it? There's a network error. This should not have been a network error. Um, okay, why has that happened? Is it only because of what did it get? Interesting. It should have had at least a authorization error if my Anthropic key was wrong, but it kind of looks correct. You make a request here. It's probably not the latest endpoint though. I think it is called v1/chat now, not v1/messages. But anyway, I mean, it gave me a good UI to work with though. So thanks for that, I would say. But yeah, let's check it. Let's try to build it ourselves. Like, text to code kind of things works okay for some reasons, but if you want the website to also be doing API calls, all of that, it kind of breaks. I think for someone like me who knows how to code, in fact, I hear it from a lot of people who say that these things are really good. I feel like people who know less than me how to code, they do appreciate it a lot more than people who know more than me how to code, is what I have seen. I understand that because kind of when you face a problem like this, as somebody who knows how to code, it's easier to just go into the code and try to fix it rather than try to reprompt it and ask it, hey, please fix it, please fix it. It's kind of pointless. Right? I mean, it knows coding worse than me, but it does know coding better than some people, and I get that they would find it harder to write code than to just keep prompting it. Anyway, like preaching aside, let's actually try and build this stuff. Let me see. So I will go to some folder. I will go to Node itself. Yeah. So I'll make a Node.js script, and then I will try to make it into a website after that, because if the script works, then everything else will kind of also work. So let's see. Um, uh, yeah, whatever. It should be good to go ahead with this. Let me open this in. I mean, it's not like I won't be using AI for writing code. I will be using Copilot or something like that for sure. So yeah. Um, so cool. So what I'll do is um, yeah, here we go. I think this should be visible. Oh, I see some chat messages on. Let me take a moment to answer the chat messages. Do I generally use AI to grab the low-level design of side projects? Sometimes I do, yes. I was recently doing like this session recently on creating a cron parser using AI. I was not like the part was not using AI. I mean, I was just making a cron parser for a low-level design session where I was just showing how to structure your code well with tests and all of that stuff. And yeah, I mean, I did use AI to a degree to generate the specs for it as well, and also to generate like the basic structure of the code and to generate some tests and all. So I do that a bit. Sarthak has asked on YouTube, like, do you consider how much of the projects were built using AI tools? Not really. I mean, to be very honest, I don't mind if people have used AI to build some of their projects. Like people who really care about writing good code, they edit the code that is generated by AI to make it better as well. I mean, it really does not matter if you type it out using a keyboard or you ask AI to generate. If your code is well structured, is testable, like the components are modularized, all of that is there. Whether you did it using an AI or whether you did it yourself, as long as you do that, that's good. Like, uh, as long as you're able to like build software, the tools don't really matter. I think AI is also a tool, just like the IDE is. Like, I mean, you can literally write assembly language code, or you can use a high-level language. You can use an IDE with autocomplete. You can use AI to generate code. All of that is kind of in the same bucket for me, to be very honest. Um, uh, People should learn to use AI to use, I would say. I mean, why not? Because that's important, right? Everybody is, and you will sort of missing out on how more efficiently people are doing things, right? So yeah. Let's see. Let's kind of continue with that. Okay, once my preaching has ended. uh okay, so what do we do, right? um uh, yeah. Okay. So, in fact, what I will do is there is this library that I will use. I was just reading about it a while back. It's called LLM.js. it kind of makes it easy to call an LLM with a certain model and write some text and do the basics. So so it requires these things. Let's see whether it even works or not. It reads these things from environment variables, it seems, OpenAI API key and all these things. Let's just start using the basics of it and see if it works. This is like a wrapper over all LLM models, and you can generate it. There's another thing I was also looking at, which lets you run LLM models locally inside your browser itself. This only runs small models and open source ones, so it can run like your Llama 3B model or a 5.3 model or Gemma kind of models, which are your open models with open weights, which can be downloaded from Hugging Face and just can be run inside your browser. The model still would be like 1 GB or so it takes a while to download the 1 GB model. The weights and all, if it is quantized, maybe like 300 400 MB weights, it still needs to download 300 MB to run. It caches it locally, so second time you run it does not. I'll try this one as well later, but maybe probably I'll do with the API key thing. So let's see. So I do have some of these API keys. I have like a payment method set up for OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and Grok. I guess I have the API key. So let me see if I can get this stuff to work. So but we have to install this. Let's do that. Okay, we have another desktop open here so that I can keep the thing I'm reading here. Okay, cool. Some of these things I think I do have. I will just check quickly. Yeah, I do have a Google API. How does it want it? Google API key. Okay, Google, not Google AI API key, but key. And Grok API key, OpenAI API key, and Anthropic. Do I have Anthropic API key? Okay, cool. I think I have these. Anyway, because I use them in Copilot and I use it in my Obsidian and all of that. So those are already there. Cool. So let's see. If I just quickly set up the basics for it to be able to run. I think that should be enough for it to just run, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Cool. What do we need to do? Just okay, import this. Did I not install it? It does not have a types file. Does it have that? Let me see. There are no types for this. Okay, let's just have to no TypeScript for this anyway. Let's see. Okay, so we'll just do it like this. Okay. Let me just see if the basic OpenAI calling is working or not. Does it return from here? Okay, I think it console.log it does automatically. Let me see if that works. Not so something that will work easily with TypeScript, it seems. Okay, check it for a minute. I'll not write it in. I'll try to do TypeScript later, maybe. Oh, okay. Why does that happen? This is the Node.js problems with require and all. Let me see. I think. Should it work like CommonJS instead? Let me try and do that. Okay. Okay, let's see what the issue is here. I don't see how generating code with AI will solve these problems. The whole module ecosystem in Node.js is broken every time I try to write code in Node.js, and this shit bites me. But yeah, this seems like okay, that worked. It is expecting this to be llama. I don't want this to go to llama. I want this to go to OpenAI model. So how do we do that? Okay, just like this. Does it return something? Cool. So that works. We can call GPT-4 mini. I think we can now also call the other models. I think I have a key for Anthropic, so let me try with that. Okay, so that stuff is working. Good, at least. If this is the way it works, why does it not work with this? Oh, that's just because the declaration does not exist. Okay, anyway, I will write it in JS, that's fine. We can let that be for a moment. So the idea is to be able to actually send these files as like the images, get back the captions. Let's see how that can work. Okay. Wow, 1,000 people watching this. Okay, this generated some interest. I guess we'll take a bit seriously now. So this kind of works till a point. I'll just make a commit here so that it's a point where I can get this llm.js library to work. Have I created something? No. Oh, sorry. In fact, no. dist. Let me actually commit it so far. Okay. So yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to just see this stuff in motion, it is on my GitHub repository here. Wherever later on if somebody wants to refer to that. Anyway, so coming back to what do we want to do? So that works. Okay. Now we want to give these photos, and we want to use EXIF.js to parse what's inside those photos as well. Okay. So yeah, maybe let's see how we can do that. Maybe I'll do a file, photos.js. I'll do a few things. I'll pass a folder. So I actually have this folder created just to try things out. There's some photos of French food. There is some Italian buildings, some race cars, some of the photos I have clicked. Now I just want to be able to pass a folder like this, and then take the photos, resize them also a bit. So let me do that. I'll probably use a bit of GenAI to generate some of the code here. Get all photos with dot JPEG extension from folder path. Okay. So I'll return this thing. What I want to return is I will probably want to return something in this format, like so yeah, photos which will have these objects in them. So something like this. So let's say it should have the data, which would actually be the base 64 of the image. And the name of the photo can also be there. That is fine. I don't really require it, but some EXIF data of this. So I would want a couple of things. Geo, latitude, longitude, and date. Camera, maybe some of the stuff like this. Yeah, okay. I guess, yeah. So let's see. So this is how I want to return the photos from get photos from folder thing. Reduce them to 500 cross 500 or smaller size. Photos. That's basically what I want to do. Let's see if I can generate this code. Generate the code for sorry. Whoa, this is not good. Yeah, not this. Sorry. Yeah. So there is this library which can do EXIF stuff. I think what is the most common way to do EXIF stuff? EXIF component, EXIF, including GPS info. Yeah, I think the most popular library seems to be this. Okay. Not really a great UI. UX for this one. This one sounds good. Pass a photo. Okay. GPG EXIF sounds like a good library. What was this like? Okay. Let's see if it can generate this. Okay. That's what it says I can do it using. I'll have to edit the code a bit after this stuff. Let me see. So I can apply it as it is. It won't be really good though. Actually, so what it does is it has generated the require functions within the function, which is not a good idea. It should be at the top of the file. Let's see anyway, though. So it has used the EXIF reader one. Let's see, is that the one which I found out to be very good? Okay, somewhat popular. Can find out GPS info, it seems. Let's see if that works. Okay, I will move this stuff from here to up there. Get all JPG seems like correctly done. For file path, read the file, resize it to okay, metadata, and then extract the EXIF data using EXIF reader, create camera and ISO, and there's photos. Have they created a photos array in the beginning? Yeah, and return photos. Okay, let me do this and see if this works. So All right, let me probably just pass hard-coded path like this. So um, in fact, let me pass properly user slash consumer in the beginning, actually. LLM photos slash, let's see, the French food one. Let's do that. All Italy buildings, okay. Uh, I have to import this. Cool. See if I'm able to read the photo data or not. The same problem there. Okay. Does that work? Not installed Sharp. So I need to install Sharp and EXIF reader. Is that the package? Okay. EXIF data seems to be missing. A few other things as well. The data part should have been base64 encoded. Why did that not happen yet? Okay, so the base64 of the image is working to a degree. The EXIF stuff is not. So let's figure that out. There is some metadata and there is some buffer as well. Except EXIF reader is not a function. Is that correct? How to use it? Seems to be the correct way. I think I'm spending a lot more time fighting Node.js than actually making an AI app. The sad reality. Somebody asked about Cursor or Windsurf. So, I mean, I really prefer using these two extensions called Continue and GitHub Copilot. So, like with Continue, you can do a lot of the same stuff. You can pass files into the context and then ask certain things to it, and you can ask it to edit the file as well. You can do things like pass this function into the context here, as you can see. So the thing with Continue is that it works as a plugin inside VS Code as well as IntelliJ, both of the IDEs I use. And yeah, and like asking the IDE to completely generate code generally creates errors, which takes more time to solve. For me, that's my perspective. Like I was saying a while back on the stream, I have so far felt like those are great tools for people who don't know how to code or people who don't know how to code well. And for me, it feels like they are hindrances to just always prompting. I prefer like using it as a sidekick to generate code and then accept what works and all. Let's see. I mean, in fact, stuff like this, like fighting with Node.js kind of stuff, 100% time AI does not do well. Um, this will not work with the require, I guess, right? Uh, so this is seems to be not correct in the first place. and pass the file itself here. Let me try to do that actually. Okay. So what is the information inside EXIF? Okay, this seems like not exactly great. So geo would be inside EXIF dot somewhere on the GPS information. Does it even exist here? The camera, okay. It's not the correct format actually. So yeah, generated code has all of these issues, which is more of a problem. But anyway, this generates exif.tags. Okay, date would be okay. Description. Hey, camera. So I think exif.make directly. Cool. Nice. We will get to these things later. Not required. How can I get the geo stuff? Let's see. GPS latitude. Okay. Better we get this stuff. Okay. How do we work with the longitude and latitude value description? Longitude description should be enough, I guess. Okay, GPS description. Cool. Okay, we have the geocode, we have the date, we have the camera, we have the photos. So this, how can we send to our API and make sense of that, right? Okay. Good so far. We have our images. How can we send it to the LLM? So I was just looking something on the Anthropic Vision documentation. You can just send the messages like this. Your image content can be attached, like type image source and type base64 media type, and then the data here like this. That's one way of sending it. So let's see. I have to pass the type like image.jpg like this, it seems. So this is how you attach images, and this is then you did some text. So let's see if we can do this, right? So instead of doing test LLM now, okay. So get the photos. And yeah, what will we do? Pass this into the LLM. So generate captions, pass the photos. So yeah, new LLM. And then I think what we can do is, instead of just doing this, there is a way to, yeah, so you can do new LLM and pass the input or a message history array, and you can pass service, model, all of that stuff. So let me do this thing. I think I was seeing where you can pass an array of messages. Yeah, so we can do like this as well. Pass the array of messages with the role and content like this. So so when we do this, what we can do is, I think so we'll pass the system message, which will be our input, and we will pass the model information. So here we will do the model thing. So let's say using cloud as our model. And I think what are the things that we can define? I think, yeah, services, OpenAI. And we can pass things like temperature and all. I'll just pass one for now and then fine tune it a bit. Okay. So the temperature generally, for people who don't know, it just is a bit way to tweak the randomness of the output, and we can see what all works. So let's see. Um, mm, I don't think we'll pass anything else. We don't need streaming output for now, so we'll just generate full outputs. So in messages, I think we want the first message to be role system, and that will be you are an expert okay. So that's that. Then what we will do is we don't need to do this because we know what messages to send. LLM.chat also, I think, takes what, any content. So yeah, I think we can send like an array of objects here. So we'll do is photos.map, and so as we saw, what we require is photos of this format, type image. So and media type being JPG, and data being photo.data. I think we can pass the EXIF like this. Let's see if it can handle that. So what I'll do is I'll pass the attached photos, and then I will pass so generate caption for these photos. Based on the contents of the photo, as well as location, time, and camera info from the EXIF. In fact, okay, let's see if we can actually do this stuff. So we will send the photos and then we will send this chat after that, and there's a system message which says this, and then let's see what do we get out of doing this. So we get the photos, then we do generate captions from these photos. Let's see if that works for us or not. So we're doing for Italy buildings. How many photos do we have there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see if this works. So this waits for a while. This is not a streaming response one. We can actually make it streaming. This waits for all the output and then it will generate it. But we can also make it streaming if we want to by I think it has options on how to do yeah, so you can do like stream and then you can sort of print it like this. So that's also possible. Let me try that. Yeah, here are captions for these photos based a cozy restaurant interior wooden tables captured on Samsung Galaxy Note 10 on September 2021. Um, so I think it's good. This is kind of nice. It has generated for three of them separately. Let's take a look at the photos, by the way, and has it actually generated it correctly or not? So the other photos. The first one, sorry, I think, yeah, here is the first photo. This is the second photo. Sorry, let me do one thing. I will just view it as gallery. Yeah. Cozy restaurant interior. This is not correct, it seems. Oh, it has actually taken the EXIF data, but it's not taken the photos itself. Interesting. This is all hallucinated stuff. It has definitely not taken that. Let me see if I remove the EXIF. Is it able to do it based on the photo data itself? And let me actually do streaming output so I can kind of stop it if required. So to do streaming output, we have to do stream true, and instead of doing console.log messages here, what we will do is I'll just do a const stream equal to await that thing, the lm.chat. And just do, sorry. Okay, let's see how does that work. So I'm going to remove the EXIF now from being sent, and we're just sending the base 64 data. Let's see if that works or not. I will try with a different obviously bunch of garbage. Okay, interesting. Let's try with a different model. I think GPT-4o can just be triggered as GPT-4o, right? GPT-4o. Let's try with that. Let's try with GPT-4o mini. In fact, it'll be faster than that. Okay, this can't handle this big images. Can we reduce the image sizes a bit? Maybe we can. Let's try reducing the image sizes to 300 cross 300. JPG part definitely does not work yet. I will remove is the photo data going? We are pushing data as base 64. Okay. I would attach it like source like this. Okay. I think I did something wrong here. Source and then type. Okay. Let's see. Did a small thing wrong here. Okay. Okay, it talks about exploring vibrant streets, capturing a sense of adventure. If I change it to the food ones, does it work better? I think I have some race cars ones. Let's see if there's any change. It's a bit costly to also try it out on prod like this, whether the base 64 are not going. Every of these requests are taking some cents. Yeah, this is wrong, definitely. So I'm sure the images are not actually going. Uh, yeah, this is definitely not useful, but in fact, the EXIF is more useful though. It can actually generate something about the place. I'll try to figure out how to send the base 64 data. Better. But yeah, let me make a commit here at least so that that's the point at which like basic workflow is working, but basic two images are not going. Okay. Okay, cool. Wow. 1900 viewers. Is that really correct? I don't know. It's like 2000 people still watching this stuff. Uh, a lot of things are not really working, but okay. Never thought that so many people would watch a Twitter live stream. Anyway, I think I'll wrap up today. I will try to figure out how to get this photo data thing working. I think I will do one thing though. I will do is I'll make sure if this base 64 stuff is actually working correctly or not. And to do that, I will just write it into a file once and then do a base 64 image conversion to see that works correctly. So this is the resized image buffer, and then we took um, the data here. So yeah. Uh, fs dot write file sync, and I'll just write I'll do a random number before that just to see if I don't need that, but did this thing work? Okay, some of these images. So let me just try a base64 image decoder online. I think there should be some of them. And see if this data was correct or not. Could have been. No, they're actually fine. So my base64 data is correct. It's a photo of my race car. So that part is okay, in fact. Okay, let's see what we can fix then. Because what is the way to inject the data as a attachment here? That is the part which is probably interesting to figure out. Not working correctly yet. Let me remove the console.log from here, which is and let me remove this part as well. I don't need to do this. The images are getting converted correctly. Okay, and here goes the image data. Definitely not correct. Cool. I will figure that out at some point in time. I guess these definitely are. I mean, I got the AI workflow working, but uh, the model is not definitely recognizing the base64 data that is attached. Is there like better information somewhere on how to do that? So we can probably see OpenAI API. Images and messages. Where did perplexity go? Probably, yeah. I can do it like this. So I'm OpenAI way, it suggests saying, okay. Am I using the LLM format correctly? So if I want to pass a bunch of user messages, role user content, okay. Okay, one last try, I guess, before we probably call it a day. That didn't even work. Chat and content. Why did that not work? Okay, I will probably continue this sometime else. It does not know. Is it taking Suffolk too? It is, I think it's taking it from the EXIF information about, I think some of my race photos are from Silverstone, and I think that's why it's taking the uh, EXIF data from there. But yeah, the rest of things are not really good, but nevertheless, we'll probably pick back from there. Cool, I guess. Thanks for folks who joined in to watch the stream. Not very fruitful in a way. Also, like I was trying this stuff out for the first time. I think I'll have to figure out how exactly to attach images, and probably might be fun. And then I'll try to make a UI and maybe launch a website where you can upload some photos and it can generate a nice caption for that. Okay, uh, we'll wrap up now.